Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, my friend? Uh, just trying to make sure that I know my fucking thing is on real tight, real now. Hi guys, hi. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to another. Um, I don't know what we call these on IG, but basically, this is another live session one-on-one with Courtney Starks. I thank you guys for your views on YouTube via last week. We did very well, so thank you guys for tuning in and supporting black businesses, supporting black entrepreneurs. It's because of you that I'm here, so I just want to say thank you. Today, today, you guys know how I am with like just like veganism and vegetarianism, and it's kind of like trying to figure out, hey, what's going on, everyone? You're trying to figure out, how it benefits, the benefits of it, the benefits of that. And I just so happen to have a very good man, young man, who is just doing a damn thing right now. His name is James Williams. He is the founder of Superior Shakes and Drinks, and he's gonna come and he's gonna educate me because there's a lot of things that I just don't know when it comes to healthy living and a healthy lifestyle. So I'm gonna bring him on right now. All right. Just waiting for him to come on. We're gonna get started.
Can you see me?
I don't see you. I can hear you.
Yo, this happened on my. Okay, you know what? This happened on one of my other interviews. I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try my tablet
Okay. All right. So
because because it's the same thing happened before, and I was literally praying that this would not happen again. I'm like, Lord Jesus, don't let the Instagram stop me, Lord.
what I should have done was done like a quick check to make sure that it was okay. But it's all right. It's okay. So let's come back out and then I'll have you come back in.
All right, cool.
All right. So in the meantime, we got a little bit of time. Once again, I thank you guys for coming in and for your support of one-on-one with Courtney Starks. I know right now we are on a small hiatus due to quarantine, due to COVID-19. Hey, for you guys coming in, welcome. I love y'all. Well, thank you for coming in. We're gonna have a young man. My man Don, how you doing, bro? Yes, season 3 of Courtney's Corner will start later on, I guess, in the year, as soon as they allow large gatherings, because as you know, I already told you guys, we are now going to be incorporating a live studio audience, which is big for me. It's always been a dream of mine. It's always been something that I've wanted to do my entire life. So I get the opportunity to do so. But right now, we're doing one-on-one Courtney Talks, and let's see if I can get my man James in. Hopefully this works, James. Hopefully this works. Melina, how you doing? Let's see. Hopefully it works. Yes! We in? Oh, we got it, bro? Oh, dude. Having a lot of wanting for great for this team, and I have to be able to create that space. It's really, really hard. Trust me, as I'm doing it right now, it's hard talking to a camera, just kind of wanting to be animated. It's very, very hard. James, are you here with me? Are you good? It's not clear. Are you good? Just waiting for you to I can hit your thing is it's not working properly. Nah. It's not me, right, y'all? Like y'all can if y'all in the if you guys are in the live, y'all, all my viewers right now, If I'm good, just let me know. So I don't think. Now your thing is it's like loading. So I just want to make sure that it's not me, because if it is me, then I'll just try to get you back in. Hold on. Let me just see. If I'm good, if you can hear me clearly, it's James. Okay. James, it is you. It's your, I'm not sure if it's your connection. If it's the connection from your tablet.
All right, is it better?
It's choppy. No. Hold on. Talk to me.
All right, I'm trying to cut
Yeah, I
some
think
stuff
it's a
off.
lot better now.
How
Yeah,
about
you
now?
sound a
Am I
lot
good
better.
now?
My man, how are
Better?
you?
Oh, okay, I had to.
Can you hear me?
The spectrum don't want me to be great.
It's like the connection is going in and out.
I had to. Is this better?
Yeah,
I just want
I
this to be
mean,
better.
you get to a
Close to
spot
my
and you're
internet.
fine, and then just like, remember when we had flip phones and stuff like that? We had to like,
How about now?
we had to put our stuff.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
My man, okay.
Try not to let
First and
too much
foremost,
of the.
how are you? How are you doing? I know with this quarantine and everything going on, things have been a bit crazy. So how are you?
You know what? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I mean, considering what has happened, you know, I've actually personally lost two great men in my life. Two men that were mentors to me. Both older gentlemen, and
Yes.
you know, I missed them dearly. That's my phone. That's my phone, please. I missed them dearly, but outside of that, and that's a big part. But outside of that, we're doing very
That's
well. You
well.
know,
First,
I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to
yes,
have family. I'm
yes.
grateful to have loved ones.
Well, first and foremost, I definitely.
So I'm grateful that
I was going to say
I'm
first
listening to
and
you. I'm
foremost, I
sorry,
want to
brother.
say from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for your loss. There's never the right words to say, but just know that you and your family are in my prayers. You know, and you know I'm here for you. You
Thank
know,
you, sir.
I definitely
Thank you.
want give the people the opportunity
Thank
to
you.
get to know you. You know, let them know who is Mr. James Williams.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's James Williams. I am. I like to call myself a father to an ancestor. You know, I'm a father to a
Yes.
beautiful black son. I'm a father to a beautiful black daughter. And you know, I'm in this particular phase in my life. My discipleship is for black entrepreneurship and
Yes.
black enterprise. You know, everybody has a calling. I truly believe. I believe everybody, if you give yourself time, you can find
I
it.
agree.
And I am uber passionate about
Mm.
black enterprise. You know,
Yes.
and in all facets. You know, not. I mean, from the person who owns the cleaning company to the individual running
Yeah.
a Fortune 500 company. I believe that we mobilize our dollars, our intelligence, our passion, our
Mm.
desire, and build a stronger foundation for us. I believe that's what this.
You're breaking up again. Every time you get to a point where you're fine and I can hear you, you break up. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, let me see if I can move over. There you go. I'm going to find that sweet spot. There's a sweet spot I know that's just like there's a pocket right there. I'm gonna find that pocket. I'm gonna just stay in
I
that
hear you.
pocket. I might be like this the whole time. I'll be like, why is it looking like that? If he was in the
I
pocket, he was
understand.
looking like that. If he was in the pocket. so, so I don't know what you heard, but essentially, what my belief is, Black
Of
enterprise
course.
hasn't been allowed to be great. I mean, we all know about, you know, I posted about, just a quick post about the riots
Mm-hmm.
that burned down Black Wall Street. And one of my buddies from a long time ago that I used to act with, funny enough, he hit me up and said,
Right.
you know what? I never knew that. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Italian gentleman, good guy. And he texted me and said, you know, I never knew there was a Black Wall
Right.
Street and then it was burned down. And it was really just to let people understand that, you know, Black excellence has
Say it
always
again.
been here,
Yep.
and it's always been fought again. You know, it's always been fought again. So that's my plight now. That's my plight now. You know, with my business, the reason why I showcase certain things is because I want to show that not only are we great, but we support one another. You know, I really want to
That's
show
true.
that. So,
And, you know, I feel
that's
like,
kind
you know,
of
especially,
now I am.
I didn't want to disturb you. I didn't know if you were still.
Repeat
No,
that
I
last
was
part. I'm sorry,
saying,
brother.
I agree. Yeah, I said
No,
I
I'm good.
agree
I'm
with you
good. I'm good.
110%. And I think especially now, you know, now more than ever, you know, Black excellence should definitely be, bar none, be at your number one, numero uno. You know, and I feel like, you know, we, in order to have Black excellence and Black enterprise, we need to be educated. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what you did, even just telling another
Yeah.
young brother, like, hey, so this is what it is. This is what happened. You know, we talk about these riots now, but this is the riots that started back then, just so you can kind of educate yourself. You know, and a lot of us are lacking that, and you know,
Yeah.
we are living in a world where everything is so clickbaitish. You know, I'll click this and click that, and I'll screenshot this, and don't know anything behind
Absolutely.
that. You know, just the surface of these things, and a lot of it isn't true. So I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to educate, you know, people who may just need that. You know, but I definitely,
Yeah.
a lot of my friends
Absolutely.
actually have spoken to me about Superior, and I am in no way, shape, or form a vegan. I'm in no way, shape, or form in any of that type of realm. You know what I mean? And when I first heard about it, I was like, he makes vegan
Right.
drinks? Like, the what? What do you mean? Like,
They're like, what that
like,
even
what do you mean?
mean?
How am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to survive off of a vegan drink? You know what I mean? But I definitely wanted to hear your story. Like, so how did this start? And I want to, as we get into this, how did you get the name Jackson's Brews? But how did you start Superior? What was the passion behind wanting to do it?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, well, uh, Superior Drinks and Shakes, as I've said to some friends of mine, is like a strike from like the ether came to me, right? So, in actuality, years ago, I've been making my drinks for a couple of years now, about 3 years since
Okay.
2017, and it started it started actually with my mother. And how that is because she went on her journey to become a vegan based off of a means to be more healthy. It was something that was told to her by her doctors that if she was to give up meat and operate in a vegan or vegetarian lifestyle, that it would help her become more healthy. And she started doing research to figure out what was the best
Mm-hmm.
way that she can transition. And she came up on Dr. Tebi and, you know, the African
Yes.
bio diet. And I decided with my sister also to support my mother and said, okay, you know what? If you're going to do that, if you're going to alter your diet. Even though we don't live together, I will support you. I will operate in solidarity with you, and I'll alter my diet and I'll practice it too. So I practiced. We started practicing it, and I make a joke. I really like cereal, and this is before like almond milk became as popular as it is. I mean, almond milk is a mainstay now, but a couple of years ago, people know it had to transition into that, right? So I personally was looking for something that can mimic milk in terms of like texture, try to get as close to possible as taste. And I tried different nut milks, pause. I tried different nut milks, and I tried different I tried different other things that would mimic milk, but there was nothing really that was coming close. I came upon this video for hemp seed milk, and I was like, all right, it seems easy enough to do. It has some elements that I like, so I said, okay, if I take that and I tweak it and I take some of my own knowledge, maybe I can make something. So I created Jackson's Brew just off of that video, adding and subtracting and putting in different elements. And I came to the base brew that I have now, and I was like, this is pretty good. Like, it's creamy, it's frothy. You know, just like it actually tastes good. It's not you have it and it's a substitute, but it's not exactly a substitute. Right. So that was that portion. Now, after I made it, I liked it so much, I gave some to my sister, I gave some to my mother, and they was like, this is pretty good. So that's on the table. So now I have the drink. All right. So now the other part of the story. My son, that same year, he came to me and said, Daddy, I want to open up a lemonade stand. So I'm just like, okay. Well, that time we lived in the projects in the Bronx. I'm just like, well, I don't know if this is the place to do it. But we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. We'll work on it, figure it out. And it's nothing against the peas, but I'm a lifelong Queens for Rockaway guy. So in my mind, I'm just like, well, I can't. So right. In the back of my mind, I want to build something so that my son can engage in commerce. Because that's how I looked at it. I looked at it as, okay, he wants a lemonade stand because he likes the idea of selling something that he makes. Right. And I want to support that. That's one portion. So now we got two portions, right? So the third thing, my mother, my sister, and I, and my son, we started going to different vegan, vegetarian events because we were new to the lifestyle and the diet. So we started going to different events that had literature. It had different vegan companies. It just had, it was basically the community. Right. And I can tell you, everything is in New York. So we went to different events based around a vegan lifestyle. Okay. And we seen, oh man, such a beautiful display of entrepreneurs, teachers. It was just a beautiful network of people that were practicing a vegan and vegetarian lifestyle and wanted to educate or sell or just bring what they have in that space to the masses. And in doing so, what I seen, that third piece, right, that trifecta, I seen a lot of upstarts. I went to one event and it was a mother, like an older lady from Long Island with her two daughters. And she was selling a vegan soup, right? And like the type of soup that would normally use cream, she was selling that, but it was no milk, of course, the vegan soup. Okay. And I just had an epiphany. I said, if this woman who's lived her entire life being a professional could just be like, you know what, I have something, my kids love it, and they said that, Mom, I think you can sell it, and I'm here selling it, well, why can't I do that? Right.
Right.
I said, I have a great drink that my son wants to have his own, which in my mind I extrapolated as his own company,
Right.
and there's a space for us to do it. There's a space where people are yearning and looking for
It's
a
true.
new product. So I slept, I dreamt, and like an epiphany, it came to me because I didn't have a name. I just had a drink. I didn't want to call it James' drink. So, the stuff that I say. So I said, what would be a good name? What would be something that kind
You're breaking
of
up on me
how
again.
I feel about it and how I feel. Okay, is this better? Step
No.
find that pocket.
I feel like every time you get to the sweet spot, something happens.
Is this better? It moves. How
So
about this?
it's okay. Yeah, I think you're okay
Are we
right
good?
now.
Okay. So after I had my epiphany, it came to me. Superior Drinks and Shakes. Like literally like a dream. I woke up and you know what? It's a catchy name. It's how I feel when I make my drink. It's how I want my people to feel when I make my drink and I give it to them. I want them to feel charged up. I
Right.
want them to feel like they can tackle the world. I want them to
Mm-hmm.
feel superior, their best selves. And that's how the name
Okay.
of
What I
the
love,
company
what
came
I
about. So flash forward.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you speaking? Okay. So flash forward. Um, I'm trying to find the right spot. So flash forward, we do our first event. All of this happened in like September. No, sorry, all this happened in
Okay.
early of 2017. So can you hear
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
No, I don't.
I apologize to everyone for my phone connection. So clearly, this is why we need Black Enterprise, so we can
That's
have no
right.
internet
That's
connection.
right.
So so flash forward. So flash forward, we have our first major event in, I want to say October, like the beginning of October, the Vegan Fest, and we are
Right.
able to service thousands of people. At one point, and I'm very proud of this. At one point, we had a line that was about half an hour long. The reason why I know it's because there were so many people on the line that when after we finally made our drink and was selling our drinks, I asked a couple people like, how long were you waiting to get a drink? They were just like about a half an hour, and I'm thinking like, oh man, I messed up. I had people waiting for so long, and they were like, no, you actually had one of the shorter lines. Like your line was actually one of the shorter ones, and you guys are taking care of us better than some of the other people who are more professional and been in this
Right.
vending space even. So October happens, the Vegan Fest happens. It's a beautiful event. We serve thousands of people, and it charges us up as a family because my family all helped out. And my youngest son, the reason why I said I'm a father of an ancestor, my youngest son, he became ill. So one day he's fine, next day he's ill. We take him to the hospital. Come to find out he has leukemia. Now, infant leukemia is essentially like as deadly as cancer can get. And really, the child only has a 50-50 chance. So out of 100 children that get it, 50 pass away, 50 live, right? So we're praying, and I'm still working full time. So I'm working full time overnight, doing my 8 to 10 hours at the job, coming, taking a shower, going straight to the hospital every single day. It's happened for about, I want to say, a month. And after that month passed, unfortunately, we lost him. So he succumbed to his ailment. And it's still devastating. And I tell anybody, you know, there's
At
some
all.
hurts that you just don't get over. But what you can do is you can lean on people. You can lean on the ones that love you. You can lean on the ones that you love, and they will help you get through it. You know, it's every day I miss him. But what I decided to honor him by naming my drink after him. Before this, it was just a drink that we were making. So I said, you know, I want to honor my child who was actually with me through the entire process as I was building this company up. Like I said, he was only 9 months. So because I worked overnight, I took care of him during the day. So I would go to work 8 to 10 hours, and during the day he's coming with me to the bank to open up the business account. He's coming with me to the Chamber of Commerce to create the entity. He's coming with me to the Hunts Point market to buy fruit. He's coming with me this place. I mean, wherever I went, he was there. So I said, you know, and I can, instead of me sitting there breaking down and letting this defeat me, I'm going to turn to something that will be beneficial and transcendent.
Right.
In my drink, and in my mind, before my life is over, people will know who my son was. So it no longer became about me and this drink. It no longer became about me and just owning the company. It now became my battle cry. So when I serve my people, and I use that word in the most happiest place I can, when I serve my Jackson's Brew, they're getting a drink that's full of love, full of time, full of attention, and it's not just a drink for me. It's a legacy. But when I get people who hit me up on Instagram, when I get people who hit me up on Facebook, and they say, I got to get some of that Jackson's Brew because I see everybody drinking it. When I go to one of my buddies, see, I tear up every time I talk about my son because, you know, they're just part of me. When I go to one of my buddies and he tells me, I actually discontinued my membership with another drink company because your shake is the best shake I've ever had in my life. I say, that's my son. That's part of his legacy, part of his energy, part of who he was even in 9 months. The fact that he fought that cancer that entire time. The fact that, you know, he was with me the entire time. You know, I look at it like my son is still there. He's still there. He's still helping me get through whatever trial I get through. He's still there giving me that energy that keeps me going forward. So that's how I came up with the name.
You don't even understand. The whole time as I'm listening to you, I'm trying not to tear up. I'm trying not to, like, get myself, you know, first of all, I have to say thank you. Thank you so much for being able to even get through that and to share your heart and to share your testimony and your story with a bunch of people whom you don't even know. You know, I literally have chills because, you know, you don't even realize how your story can transcend and to help change somebody else's life. You understand what I'm saying? I love the fact that your son has been inspiring, even in life. He was inspiring. He was here, and he started off with even saying, "Hey, Dad, let's do this. Let's get this lemonade thing. Let's do this." To you now, building this empire. You know what I mean? And even in the afterlife, he is still inspiring. You know, I love that you say, you know, this is his legacy. So every drink is going to be filled and made and executed with love, because that's the person who this represents was that nothing but love. You know what I mean? Nothing. So you're never going to get anything less than that. And I feel like that story needed to be heard. So I I definitely thank you. I thank you for even being able to share that. That is definitely, whew. And I'm sitting here still trying to hold it together. We gonna be all right. But I definitely thank you for that. And I love the fact that in every aspect of everything that you kind of went through, you exemplified greatness. You know what I mean? You exemplified just what it is to be a black man grinding. You know what I mean? A lot of times, you know, the media will depict us to be any and everything else. You know what I mean? Any and everything else but excellent.
100%.
But excellent. And we are that. And
100%.
much more. You know what I mean? I also love the fact the fact of you including your family. You know what I mean? It's not just about me. It's not just about me. It's about us. Because if I win, we all win. You feel me? Like, oh, it is so.
100%.
And I feel like I wish a lot.
100%.
Go ahead.
I think. Oh well, what I was saying was, I think that what you're saying is, you know, you're preaching to the crowd. You're preaching to the choir, because the truth of the matter is, a lot of people don't want to see black men in a light that shows them as leaders, that show them as providers, you know, that show them as fighters, and not fighters as we fight each other, but we fight for our family. There's a lot of people who enjoy the image of us being either us just being murdered or us being unorganized, us being acting as hooligans, enjoying that image, not realizing that that is the minority, not the majority. Because all the black men in my life, and I know hundreds of black men.
That's right.
They take care of their business. They take care of their families. They're the leaders. They're the leaders in their community, and they're great individuals. And they still got an edge. so you know, I appreciate even the ability to, you know, this platform, because at the end of the day, why I say my discipleship is for Black enterprise, because I do believe that we all do have to pick something, find that thing that motivates us to be great.
It's true.
And go
it's
win.
True. And to not live in fear of it, you know. Take hold of your greatness. Take hold of what your purpose is. Absolutely. And to go full heart, full charge. Like you said, to be fully charged at all times, you know, in spite of what people got to say, because it doesn't matter, you know. So outside of the sheiks that are doing tremendously well, how is the family as a whole when it comes to like the full experience of a healthy lifestyle? Is that also something that you've incorporated as well?
Well, yes. I mean,
right.
All families have dynamics. So, you know, like not everybody is on board. not everybody follows everything. But my mother, she's still vegan, and mostly operating with the African bio diet. Now, I will admit, I went through a phase where I was very distraught, and I was so I reverted back to some of my old habits, particularly eating, because there was like a yo-yo.
Right.
You know, went through a very stressful time in my life. So just like you see a lot of other people when you watch these different TV shows, I utilized food as a means to soothe those pains, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then it's been more recently where, you know, I was able to take a look at myself, and I said, what kind of man do I want to be? You know, do I want to be the man that when people see me, they can see the power of the ancestors working through me, and they can see somebody who stands up confidently and is assured and goes forth? or they want to see, or do I want to protect cowardness?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I consider cowardness, what I considered not being all I can be. So I went back to not a complete vegan, but I've gone back to a vegetarian diet, more like pescatarian because I eat fish.
Mm-hmm.
Eat fish like on the weekends. So I felt like if I take control of my diet, that will take control. I can take control of other aspects of my life. And part of that also was the fact that now I decided to do deliveries and in terms of the family dynamic, everybody has their own means. You know, we all try to be. What's the best word? We all make sure that there's leafy greens in our diet at all times.
Right.
that we diverge. So there is an understanding that we do need to continue being healthy, and you know we try to figure out what does that look like for us.
True.
It's as part of even recently, my oldest son James Jr. We call him LJ. He's like, you know what, Dad? I don't want to eat pork no more. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not even going to question it. You don't want to eat it? No problem. We'll find something. So you know it starts with us, as you know. Once we make a decision and we hold to it, it attracts the like energy. So you know, as long as I know, as long as I continue to remain centered and try to be as healthy as I possibly can for myself, then I'm going to reverberate for my family.
That's definitely all true. It's real all true. How has it been, especially being in quarantine for you? Has it been slow? How has your business been? Has it flourished? You know, a lot of times, you know, in situations like this, it allows our creative juices to kind of, you know, flow from within us, because all we have to depend on is ourselves in the moment. So how has it been during quarantine?
Right. Well, I'll be honest with you, Courtney. It's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. Before the quarantine, you know, I still work full time. I'm a technician for the city. So as a matter of fact, before the quarantine, I was doing overtime. And the quarantine, basically, they told us, whoa, one day we were at the warehouse, and they were like, "Yeah, tomorrow you don't got to come in, and we'll let you know when you come back."
Oh my God!
So I was just like, okay.
Right, like, I'm sorry.
Still gonna pay you?
It's almost the end of the month. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So that like maybe 2 weeks, it was really just getting up, shopping the essentials when I could, and just, you know, being with the family. And I talked to a buddy of mine, and he said to me, because he knows I make the drinks, and we were just talking about business, talking about, you know, world news, and I had started talking a little bit about some of my ideas that I wanted to do with the business later on, right? So I had it, but it was just like, this is what I want to do later. And he said to me, he said, like, yo, why don't you just deliver? So I was like, yeah, I could. Like a couple of days later, I want to say maybe like a week later, I thought to myself, said, you know what? Maybe I could deliver. Maybe I could. So I put a post out, said, hey, family, I make Jackson's Brew. Some of you know, some of you don't. I make a health drink, and I'm going to do delivery twice a week, once on Wednesday, once on Friday. And my homegirl, Latavia, she hit me up, and one of my homeboys, Sean, he hit me up and was just like, yo, you're delivering, right? I was like, yeah. It's like, well, then I'll order. So I'm like, okay, good. First day, we bottles of drink. So 2 to 1, 3 to another. And I was hyped. I'm like, yes, somebody cares. Somebody wants it. Somebody actually appreciates me. Yes, yes. So that was on Wednesday. On Friday, we had quadruple that. I don't know. We sold 25, so that's 5 times. So we five on the next. So 5 on day, 7 day delivering 25. And I'll just say last week we sold almost 150 bottles for one delivery day.
Oh wow!
We got to the point to where I actually went delivery day per week too much to all the orders. And in terms of success, people that are out there, once again, support Black enterprise. We just purchased our juice mobile. So I just bought a delivery van for the business and doing deliveries now because now I have somebody who's going to be delivering for me. So we're actually expanding and being able to deliver more solely based on the fact of the support of my people. So we've done very well. So we went from selling 5 bottles the first day to now 6 weeks later, we sold over 500 bottles.
That's the power. That's the power of God right there. I don't care what nobody has to say. I don't care what anybody believes in. That is the power of our Lord Almighty. Period.
Absolutely. I don't care what you call them.
For real though. What would you say to business entrepreneurs right now who are looking to build? What would you say are the 5 fundamentals that they should always go by?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. See? Good one, Courtney.
I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so you know, this is what I do.
It makes me look almost so I can look all genius-like. No. First, look at the man or the woman in the mirror and tell yourself you can. If you gotta tell yourself every single day, tell yourself you can. Because I know personally, a lot of defeat is self-defeat. So that's the first thing. Tell yourself you can.
I lost you, bro. I just lost you. You were doing good. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, so that's the first one. Tell yourself. Number 2 is respect your support system.
I hear that.
And your support system, there's always going to be people out there. When I say respected, I don't mean that people disrespect. What I mean is that it's okay to defer if you don't know something. It's okay to ask for help when you're smart. It's okay to accept help. Because I know me personally, the person wants to help me, and I don't know exactly where they might be coming from. So part of me is to kind of be like, nah, that's okay. I'll do it myself. But in actuality, they're coming from a pure place.
Right.
They're coming from a place they legitimately want to see you succeed and want to help you. And if you believe that, or you don't know, or there's a thing that you feel like, I'm not too sure if they're looking for me, you got to respect your support system. Because I can tell you, since we started doing deliveries, I've had family far and wide. I'm talking about family from anywhere from PA. I have a lot of family in PA, a lot of family in Georgia. So shout out to all of them that are on. I have some friends and family in Seattle, friends and family in California. I've had people from all across America hit me up and say, when are you shipping? Because I want to be the first one. I'm seeing what you're doing and I want to support. Just before we got on, my aunt posted was like, listen, I need to know how I need to know how I can help. I mean, how can I support?
Right.
So people want to support you. So first is tell the man in the mirror, the man or the woman in the mirror, excuse me, you can.
Support system.
Secondly, respect your support system. Thirdly, expect to be great. Expect to be great. I know I was afraid when I thought about expanding, because in my mind it's just like I'm already pushed at the capacity. What does expanding look like? Can I expand?
Right.
Am I going to be able to? So when I just said to myself, yes, I can expand. I can be great. These companies that are out here that we all defer to, because no matter who you are,
It's true.
you can't get away from supporting corporations. Not yet, anyways. Not yet, anyways. No matter who you are, unless you live completely off the grid, you can't get away from supporting corporations. And a lot of corporations started off
That's it.
as
an idea,
one
right?
man or woman with an idea. One man or woman with an idea. And guess what? They expected to be great. At some point, while they were operating, it came to them that this could be the next big thing. So that's expected to be great. 4, I would say always know. You know what? I actually got this from Leonard Nimoy. I was reading one of the many self-help books that I read, that I've read in the past. How to grow rich, 40 Laws of Power. There's a story about Leonard Nimoy, and he was talking, and he gave an example of when he became when he went out to Hollywood to fight for a trunk story.
It's breaking. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Now, is it better? Okay. So the story basically came down to this: there's always room.
There's always room for one more dream.
So I looked at that and I think to myself, exactly. There's always room for one more great one. So the way I looked at it as, there's space for you. No matter what it is that you're creating, there's a space for you. There's somebody that needs it. There's somebody that needs to hear it. There's somebody that needs to taste it. There's somebody that needs to wear it. There's somebody that needs to hold it. There's somebody that needs to smell it. There's somebody that needs the inspiration. There's somebody that needs to know that they can. There's always room. There is space for you.
Yeah.
And I think if people realize that there's space,
they won't be hateful toward what you got.
They'll exactly. There are hundreds of startup juice companies, hundreds, and I support them all. You know why? Because when I go to the grocery store, I see frozen drinks, I see adult drinks, I see drinks on store shelves that are in the grocery section. If you go to any grocery store, one of the big ones, there's about 4 or 5 aisles dedicated to beverages, sports beverages, soft beverages, different waters. So you know what that tells me?
That's true.
There's space for mine. That's what that tells me. There's space for mine. So I don't get intimidated by other people's drinks. I don't get intimidated by other people's shakes. I say there's space for all of us.
Yeah.
There needs to be more drinks like mine. There needs to be more drinks like mine out on the market, helping the people get healthy. Showing it to people that you don't need to have tons of sugar. You don't need to have tons of salt. You don't gotta compromise. You don't gotta compromise the quality and the flavor with additives and preservatives. That you can give people quality. You can give people exactly what their body needs, and they will appreciate it. And I will say the last one, the very last one, because Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
I love it. I
Enjoy the
love
process.
it. Enjoy the process. I'm telling you, Courtney, in all honesty, I've had 10, 12 delivery. I'm talking about 25 deliveries starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get home until 11 p.m. Dead tired. 48 hours because I got to buy my stuff. I gotta buy everything. I got to transport to I got to transport before I craft. I got to sanitize my kitchen so that it's clean, germ free. Then I do my blending. Then I can put everything on ice. Then I got to prep. Then I go out and I deliver. And you know what? I get home dead tired. At one point, I had one delivery day. As I'm driving home, I'm screaming in my car, not because I'm happy, because I got to keep myself awake. I'm so tired. I'm so tired after 14 hours of delivery. When I get home, I take off my shoes, I sit down, and I'm just happy. Because I know that those 25 people that I went to, they said to themselves,
I didn't hear
that something.
I didn't hear that last part. You said the last 25 people you went to did what?
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the last 25 people I went to, they said to themselves, I'm going to support them. That I want to support Black enterprise. I want to support Black business. I want to support a Black entrepreneur. So when I get home, yes, I'm tired physically, but emotionally, mentally, man, I'm 10 feet tall. So enjoy the process. Enjoy. There will be times that are hard and difficult.
Yes.
You're going to cry.
Yes.
But understand, it's good. So those are my
I definitely appreciate that. And it's such an inspiration. I love to enjoy the process. I definitely I love enjoy the process. I know people are like, oh, that's so cliche, but I love enjoy the process because if you don't love what you do, then you're doing the wrong thing. Period. I love the fact that you were saying,
Hallelujah.
You're gonna come home and you're gonna be tired. You're gonna cry. You're gonna be upset. But those are all that is a part of the 5. And the 5 fundamentals, you need to be able to go through that in order to look back and say, damn, I did this. We did that. You know what I mean? And one thing, if I could add it, is don't allow a no to deter your purpose. Let me tell you something. We're in the spectrum. We are in the spectrum of a bunch of doors. A bunch of doors. And not every door we have the key to. And not every person behind that door is going to let us in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But let that be the motivation to keep you grinding and keep you going until you get that door to open up. Because once you get there, you already know that it's ordained for you to be there. You know what I mean? So I definitely I definitely appreciate you. But before you go, I definitely want to ask you, where do you see this going in, let's say, 5 years? Where do you see it going and blossoming to?
Well, I tell you, Courtney, honestly speaking, what I see, and I've talked about this 3 years ago when I first started, and after the first time I sold my first drink, I said to myself, if even one person enjoys it that isn't a part of my family, that I don't know, that I don't have some type of connection to, then I know there's more. So now, stepping all those steps forward, what I see, and this is going to sound corny, I know, but I see families being able to feed their families off of Jackson Brew. What do you mean, James? What do you mean? Well, I plan to open up a factory. I don't know where. I don't even know how to do it. But I know that if I keep on going, the people that I need, the energy that I need to do it, to make it happen, will come to me. When I open up that factory, guess what? Now people I have delivery guys. I'm going to have factory workers. So now people can feed their children off of a drink with my son's name attached to it. So that's where that's where I see. And you know, and the beautiful thing about the 5, like I said, enjoy the process, is who knows this is where my mind is now. But when I'm that level, I have no idea what my mind will be in. So that's what I look forward to.
You know, I'm going to even go even better because you already spoke it into existence. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. I'm going to say that right now because you already said it on this show out of your mouth. It's already done. It's already done. You know what I mean? I have to say, Yvonne, can you do me a favor? Can you send me those 5 fundamentals? Because I definitely want to repost them, number 1. Number 2, James, I thank you so much just for your time. I thank you so much for your wisdom and your education to people. You know, that it is okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? That, you know, that even in the hard times of your life, that you can still find joy. Even in the hardest times of your life, God will still find a way to bring you through, and you can see until you can see the other side of where you are. You know what I mean? The fact that you are still able to conquer and not allow yourself to be defeated, even in the midst of losing your son, this shows greatness. This shows just how much you carry him even now, and you continue to carry him even now, and the legacy that you're going to leave behind just for that. For people to know that anytime they have a Jackson brew, that's the love of my son. That's the love of my heart. You know what I mean? And it's going to blossom. It's going to go because God said so. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I definitely, I thank you. I thank you so much for taking your time. And it's okay to have these hiccups in internet, you know, whatever, because whoever was meant to hear whatever you said heard it, and it was a stamp right in their spirit. So if you didn't hear it, then you wasn't meant to hear it. And hopefully somebody along the lines will be able to share with you. But for those of you who tuned in tonight, I thank you so much for rocking with us, for supporting the Courtney's Corner team. We love you so much. You'll be able, if you miss it.
I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for real, because you know the reason why when I take, you know, one of the things I like posting, and if anybody follows my pages, I post. I ask people to send me them drinking my drink, and it's a twofold. One, of course, you know, it does advertise the drink, but I want to show people that we support each other, that we make it our business to see each other succeed. I said it before in another interview, that whole crab in the barrel mentality, that's fake. That was something that was told that we do to each other. I am living proof that there is no crabs in this barrel. It's nothing but kings, queens, princes, and princesses. So those people, those individuals, they don't need to pull us down. They don't need to pull me down. As a matter of fact, all the people that buy from me make it their business to push me up and elevate me. And because they elevate me, I can now elevate others. So that's my belief. So I want to thank you for this, because I said in one of my posts,
it's true.
Kings embrace kings.
It's true.
We embrace one another.
We're not all out here.
Queens embrace queens.
Right. You know, we're not all out here. I said earlier in the show, we're not all out here trying to kill each other or to have what each other have. Because like what you said, we can all win. At the end of the day, there is space enough for all of us. I know we got 45 seconds left. I just want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. Yvonne, I love you to death. Thank you for even referring James to me. Everybody, thank you for watching. I love all of you guys. Next week, 8 o'clock, same time. Please follow Stocks Going Crazy. Follow Courtney's Corner. We definitely need people like you to support us, to keep us going. Have a good night. I love y'all, and we are all we have.
Yeah. Love you all. Yeah.